Hello, I'm Charlotte Atchley, editor of Baking and Snack magazine, and this is a Baking and Snack Tech Expert. Today's tech expert is Edmund Konsen, Sales Account Manager for Schubert North America. In our July issue of Baking and Snack, Edmund shared his expertise on incorporating robotics into a bakery. Today, we'll dive into how the latest robotic advancements are making adoption easier. Thanks for joining me today, Edmund.
Thanks for having me, Charlotte.
So let's start at the challenges. What are the most common challenges that have prevented bakeries from adopting robotics in the past?
It's really three main points. The way that we see it, technology certainly is number one. It just hasn't been required in the past. The focus has been more on the handmade and small batches, so it simply wasn't needed. Secondarily, flexibility. With flexibility, you're looking at a human hand as an example. That human hand is extremely flexible and also adaptable. And historically, robots and technology have not been. And thirdly, labor in the past has been very readily available, and today, much less so.
So, how have you seen robotic technology advance to address those challenges that you mentioned?
Well, first and foremost, speed. The speed of robots has gone up incredibly over the last 10, 15 years. Not only just speeds, but also overall penetration in the market. And it's not just in the baking world, it's everywhere. You can think of an Amazon warehouse, and people think of robots as an example. Secondarily, vision guidance. It addresses some of what I was talking about with, say, the human hand. With the vision guidance comes effective flexibility. So whatever you're picking up with, you can guide the robot to. And then that also makes the changeovers much simpler. Rather than heavy end programming, you can drive it off of, say, vision recognition. And simplification of operator interfaces is huge. Honestly, especially as the systems get larger and more complex, to have commonality across all of those different aspects of your system pays huge dividends.
So, what advice would you give a baker, or what are some of the best practices that you implement when you're incorporating robotics into a bakery production?
Well, personally, I would say that streamlining your overall production is the most important thing. Of course, where you have 80% of your production is probably where you want to focus. If your business is going in that direction, especially, and say that 80% might grow, let's focus on that first and foremost. Let's remove the 20% that it would be a nice to have. Secondarily, think about what products you make today, but also what products you want to make in the future, because perhaps there's something that the robot can assist you with, and maybe allow your business to grow in a direction you've been hoping to. Thirdly, look at where you have a high head count. If you have a lot of people doing something, especially with the labor shortages that are out there in the marketplace in general, that's where you'd like to focus your business in general, to look at automation, to look at robotics in general. Think of who you could partner with that can help you reduce that number. Then it's not just reduction, but invest in your people. This is probably the most important point out of all of this. As you increase automation, you need to think about your people as a resource to be cultivated and not harvested from the outside. The more you grow these people, the more they will learn, the more they will want to stay. I'm a perfect example of that at Schubert North America. They brought me in from the outside and taught me basically everything I know. But if you invest in your people, they will stay and they will help you grow your business.
Well, thank you so much, Edmund, for joining me on this Baking and Snack Tech Expert.